new shot launch, steel tip action on the 4th generation Bandit board, adding the one-piece flight deck system to all steel tip barrels as well. I'll be throwing 23-gram weight everything, starting with the Celt Tornos, followed by Roman Empire Juno, and finally the Celt Balor dart. God, I love the steel tip version even more. It's longer and more torpedo-y than the soft tip. We've got a straight barrel now with evenly distributed weight. I'm going to use that King Crown milling as my grip reference. Shot calls that gnarly rear section vessel grip, I believe. It's unmatched by anything I've felt before, honestly. 83 scored. Next up, we've got the Celt Balor Bomber Dart. This is the hardest changeup for me because it's front-weighted, so that means I have to hold in the max diameter. Yeah, good pick. Oh my gosh, guys. New darts, new Bandit dartboard, and new flight deck colors. Go ham.
All righty, welcome everyone, and welcome back. Here we go. It's another season of DPFL darts. William Stewart alongside me is going to be Mr. Steve McDowell. How's it going, Steve?
How's it going, buddy? Hey, this is a lot better. I like the way you said instead of Nick. He's gonna hate that.
We got brownie points already. Nicholas, I hope you're turning in and hearing that firsthand, buddy, as we get underway with season number 12. And we're starting it off with a doozy. It's Premier League to kick us off as Corey Beck takes on Eric Kristofferson. Steve, now being a big owner of McDowell's, the restaurant, and of course coming to America, how does it feel to be just part owner of that and revolutionizing, McDonald's?
That's like one of the things that I've never liked. I've never owned as a restaurant. I've always had a bunch of bars, but it was one thing I've never. Because every time I had a bar, the food costs sucked. It was the worst thing to do was food costs.
Oh, it's terrible.
Never really interested in that.
It is absolutely terrible, isn't it? But hey, just looking at this action here, you got another great season ahead of you. And, of course, the live event right around the corner, live event number 4, kind of making the final steps in that process for live event number 4. You looking forward to that event?
Man, I'll tell you what, myself and the team, it's a lot of work. I know people like when they go to tournaments, they get there, they do their thing, and sometimes, you're a little pissing and moaning. But I'll be telling you, this is the first time that I've done a lot of the majority part of doing a setup. It's so much easier just to go to these things. I ain't going to lie. You got to put these suckers together. That's a lot of work, man. That is a lot of work. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of work.
It is. And being part of the production crew, we're usually first in, usually kind of last ones out. We know kind of how that feels. But, yeah, just the whole process of making sure a dart tournament is going to run well is something. So, kudos to you guys for being able to do what you guys have done. To get this thing.
Wait
off
till you
and
see
running.
it this year, Will.
Oh, I
wait
can't
till you see
wait.
it this year, Will. This is it, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is going. If this isn't going the extra step, I don't know what is. I mean, it is seriously. I have spent a ton of money, and not so much to one, but just making it extra, making it better. We have a final stage. We're going to look like the PDC. We're going to have an LED light board for the TV, big areas so you can see it. A good full blown on production. You get it right away?
I think that's great. Yeah, I don't think he got it. There he goes.
It's going to be. There he goes. Got that one. Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be. We're trying to again make it extra special for the dart player. Again, a lot of the second chance events, I think people are going to enjoy because if you are out, you get a chance to get back. And I wish people that that play in the ADA or that play in the ADO, I hope they come by and they play and understand that it's not just DPFL players; it's just a level player. And again, the level is 65 is the number. So you can 65 will play up, and 60 below 65 you play below if you choose.
Yeah.
You don't have to play there. You can play up and play for the big money. 42 can play in the big events. It's sort of like, just like TOC does with soft tip at the end of the year. You get to pick which one you want to get in. You want to play for the elite for the big money. Well, you got to play against the big boys.
Yeah.
Same here at DPF.
I think,
but a lot of other things are leveled for everybody to get a chance.
I think it's great just the location alone. That is just such a striker because when you look at it, you don't have to participate in all the darting events. You can pick and choose a couple if you want to, and then just enjoy a vacation as well. And I think that's really a big value for dart players is, kind of end your summer right in a nice spot in Florida. It's good.
Well, like you said, you've seen it. That's the best part. Well, you've been there firsthand.
Oh yeah.
So the accommodations are incredibly affordable. Incredibly affordable. I can't tell people how. I mean, you get a couple guys, couple buddies, couple couples. Even if you go in and I heard this year a lot of people are taking the big homes, like they're renting the big homes, because even when you rent the big homes in June, July, and August is the slow season for reunion. So you get 25% off a house. I mean, yeah, it may cost $3,000 for the weekend, but it probably has 7 bedrooms.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you split it amongst 7 couples. It gets cheap.
It really does. I mean, and the thing about it, you have a comfortable spot. Most of the time, all these bedrooms have their own bathroom as well, so you don't have to worry about sharing bathrooms with everybody. You got usually a pool in the backyard, which is awesome. You can just go out and take a dip to start your morning or end your evening, however you want to do it. Yeah, there's just so much to do. You can catch a morning round of golf if you want to before the festivities kick off. I mean, just so much to do. Highly encourage you folks. It's right around the corner. Just come and get involved in August at the Reunion Resort in Kissimmee, Florida. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think, again, I really think we're going to get a big overflow from the ADO. Maybe some ADA people stick around, but I think the ADO people stick around because we do have the ADO event on Friday and we have the WDF event on Sunday. So I think that will be a draw if you're looking for points for those 2 events, whether it's the WDF or the ADO. So, and it's, you're sitting there only a couple miles away. I've already heard a lot of people are actually staying at Reunion and going to the ADO event because Reunion it's a great resort. It's safe. It's guarded. It has a water park, which is, again, if you stay in the resort, your water park is free for you. So if you have kids, I mean, God, what is it, 15 minutes from Disney World?
Yeah.
The restaurants. Yeah, it's a thing where, like you said, we have so many events. You guys, take your pick. Take your time.
I love it. I love it. And there you go, Corey Beck grabbing leg number 2. A little bit different this year. I wanted to mention this in our season number 12. It looks like we've actually kind of changed things. It's the first to 12 leg battle. I think they've actually you can't end in a tie this year, if I'm not mistaken, is what I'm seeing here. Is that right?
Yeah. It's the first of 12.
I believe so.
What is it, a rig 23?
Yeah, because I think they last year was 11 for the premiere, so you could end in an 11-11 tie, I believe. So
yeah, ours was a race to 9 last night, and I did my normal get destroyed in the first week of DPFL. I accomplished my goal every year. The only thing I told the gentleman I played last night, I said, look, I'm just letting you know I've only averaged 1.5 wins in the first week of DPFL in my entire career. I said, so I don't have a lot of hope for tonight, but I actually got 6. So it was like way ahead of the curve. I was like, hey, what's going on here?
You can definitely build off of that start. Usually if you get skunkered or only grab a few legs at the start, it's kind of demoralizing for the rest of the season. But yeah, you can come back from those numbers, no doubt.
I'll tell you what, though, boy, if you haven't played in a while, right? Because I haven't. I lost in the first round of the playoffs in Division 2. So I've been, sitting out for a bit, and I'm not one to – there's not a lot of steel tip over in Tampa, Tarpon Springs area. So unless you play the DPFL live events during the week, you really don't have – what do you do? You know what I mean? That's why we created those express leagues that are becoming up here so that when you do fall out, or if you want to just throw some more, you get in those express leagues with just 8 people. That'll help you keep you going. Because I got tired about halfway through the match, and I had to switch my flights to a smaller flight for me to throw the damn dart more. I'm like, jeez, because the guy I played, man, it was rapid fire. There was no breaks. I mean, he threw, I threw, it was just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, okay, it's a good rhythm we got going on. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting tired. What the hell's going on here?
Well, how about this? 180 sets up the 96 here for Eric. Just barely inside on that double 18. Not able to capitalize, but Corey's still outside looking in. He's going to come back with more. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Express League, seeing what that's all about. And are you going to allow people to maybe jump in that aren't involved in the season per se, or is it just kind of you have to be involved in the league to get involved?
No, anybody playing the Express Leagues. That's what I'm hoping for, is that it gets other leagues. Anyone who's playing in a dart league, whether it's in Florida or New York, they're 8-people leagues. So why not just get in? I think they're $49. You get in a league, and you can close it. Like you can do a closed league. So like Will, me, you, Nick, we can pick 8 people, and we can do a closed league, and just play. I'll put in $50, and there you go. It doesn't have to be leveled. If you do sign up for a leveled league, remember you can play up. You just can't play down. So, they'll all be available to everybody. But this way, if you wanted to play Premier, if you just wanted to go, I mean, remember, you are still playing for money. Yeah. So, but if you don't mind, you just want the experience, you can jump up and play in the Premier League or 1 or 2, wherever you fall. Because some of these guys, I mean, they're pretty good. Last night, the gentleman, he shot, I think I finished the night with a 66, and he shot 64, and I lost 9-6. I'm like, how do I shoot higher and lose and then shoot like the best darts I've done? So I think that the Express Leagues would help me for sure, because it would keep me. My friend Tanya Taylor over the weekend, T was my steel tip dart player forever, my doubles partner. And she always told me, she said, Steve, the only way you're going to get better at steel tip is to play 2-3 times a week. You can't play steel tip once a week and be good. No one can. You just can't do it. And I've always took that to heart, because she's absolutely right. You can pick up a soft tip dart after 2 months and still be good. You pick up a steel tip dart and try to hit doubles and those triples. Nah, ain't happening. That's a game you got to continue to play. And, that's why I'm thinking, hopefully these Express Leagues will help people keep playing. Keep the momentum going.
Yeah. I found myself where the scoring's always there. It's the doubles. Yeah, it's just like a good game of golf where those tend to go wayward quicker than we would hope that they do. So here in this leg, though, Eric, I mean, he had another 180. He's got 2 on the night here. Had an opportunity at this 114, and unfortunately misses that big number, as you can see there. How about the 39 follow-up? Ouch. That's a pesky leave.
Not sure he was looking for that one.
No, I hate a double 3.
He likes double 3.
I can't stand it unless you're like 5 foot. I mean, I can't stand a double 3.
I'm not shooting that. To me, that's where I get into my madness. He hit it right at the first start. No.
Oh, I thought he did. It certainly looked like it, but unfortunately for him, Corey Beck's going to get this opportunity at 106, and I kind of like his chances here. Let's see what he can do. Well, not anymore. You do that, it ain't going to help.
Yeah, this is where I as soon as I get inside 100, I started saying to myself, I was telling Nick when we were doing some of the commentator matches, like I get down, and then last night I'd get down, I get to 85, and I'd be like, oh shit, how am I going to take that out? Because I hadn't been playing, right? So I'm starting like, I go, okay, 45, 40. But double 20 is not my favorite. It's really 32. So I'm trying to figure out real quick in my head how to get 85 to 32, and it just didn't compute for me that fast because I haven't been playing.
Right.
Normally it just clicks, right? You know exactly where to go.
Yeah, and it takes a little bit, and that's why you need to work those practice games, those around the board doubles, those Bob's 27, those events, because you need it. You need to tidy up on all those doubles that you can, because.
45.
I mean, double top is the easiest or easily obtainable one. 54, You can 14 times. I mean, it's harder to leave a 32 shot because where can you hit 22 to leave 32 in that situation, So
Yeah.
you need to try to be good at all of them, but it is difficult. Eric's kind of messing around with this leg. Cordy's going to snag it, I feel. Inside, going up to double 5. He's hit it once tonight.
Oh, sheesh. Looks like they went to the Steve McDowell dart league for doubles. I mean, this is how bad I am. There you go.
Yeah, he grabs it to make it 2-2.
It's funny because in Premier, you usually don't get this many chances. It never goes this many shots at doubles. These guys are normally spot on.
Yeah, 25 darts, a little excessive here in this Premier League, but I mean, you are settling in. I think both these guys did kind of take a step up here this season to be in the Premier Division. There's a big 180.
Ooh.
That's a good-looking 180. That's right next to each other.
Dead nuts right in the center. Won't find that in my darts. Never.
It happens. It's rare, but it happens.
Not when you shoot at 19 all the time.
Well, that is the truth. That is the truth. If you're going downstairs, it's highly unlikely that one's going to happen.
No,
cool.
It's good to see that Premier is strong. Bunch of guys in Premier again. Is he going back to back? Oh,
I mean, just about did. That would have been quite the start. Yeah, I mean, looking at this division overall, this is Premier Division Group Number C. So you have A, B, and C here in this. And just to name a few players, you got Jeff Springer Jr., Alex Spellman. You've got Steve Russell, Jimmy Jones, and then Kevin Lane. Kevin Lane, I don't know much about. He's got a Welsh flag, but he threw he's got an 81 average right now in this division. So some good names, some good names in the mix here in this Premier Division, especially in this group.
Yeah, I think Gates signed up as well.
Yeah, I mean the Premier Division alone is pretty stacked, but just that group, knowing you got the Spellman, the Russell, and whatnot, it's gonna be pretty tough.
Second dart. Nice leg.
What a dart there. 98 in 2 as he achieves an 11 darter.
Wow.
That's unreal.
Shooting. It's the way to do it. That's what happens here. That's what I found out. Again, it's DPFL is no joke. It's funny. You would think more people, if you want to get your game, this is what you play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know what other league you would play. I just think we got to get it out to more people. I think in the fall we'll do a better job of masterminding, getting out to the other leagues, especially up in the Northeast in New York. Try to plan a live event up there as well to get our names so people come in and see what it's like. So doing a few other things just to design.
Such a big pool of players up there in that Northeast sector. I mean, yeah, go after that, no doubt. Hey, how about that? I thought Group C was tough. You were not kidding about 81. This Premier. Group B is unreal. You got Elliot Milk, Norman Madu, Stowe Bunce, Leonard Gates, David Fathom, and Brian Mercer, and then Gary Mawson, just to name a few. Good.
Holy
gravy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That is.
Which just about every one of them you just said will be at the live event.
That's gonna be a butt kicking left and right. They're just gonna be slaughtering each other in that group is what's gonna happen. But
you'll play.
I expect some fireworks, no doubt. It just shows you the best want to play and get involved, and DPFL is the best way to do so. Good shot there from Eric.
Well, like I said, I put my players in the Premier up against the CDC. I mean, most of them are in the CDC anyway.
Yeah.
There's not very few of the top ranked players who play CDC. Like I saw Springer, who was in. Springer hasn't been one that's played a lot in DPFL, but I knew he was a good CDC player. And then now that he's in, I was like, good. I like him. He's a good shot.
It's such an advantage to play in this league. I've always said, and you probably heard it before to those that are listening, that online darts is the North American equalizer. It really is. I mean, it's so easy to jump online, play somebody that's like or better than you. where overseas they can go 30 minutes down the road and they're going to find somebody that's better than them to practice with. We don't have that. We can't find that in most places.
Right.
30 minutes down the road, you try 3 hours and it'll still be tough to find somebody that's up to the level of a premier league player.
I sort of relate this to golf, if this makes any sense to you. So I'm a member of a club here in Tarpon Springs, or where I live here down in Florida. But my course is so hard. It's so hard. It's ridiculously hard. Will, like, it's no fun to play. It's that hard.
Ooh.
But when I go to anywhere else to play golf, it's like cakework. It's like, wow, this is easy to play this course. And it's just like DPFL. It's like, okay, I could play DPFL. You have to play. Even when you're in your own level, you got to play. And then if you went and played your county league or your local league, you destroy everybody. It's not the same. It's not the same. It is. You're going to get so used to playing good talent. You're going to be a head and shoulders above wherever you go. There's no doubt, because it's like, you want to get better at darts, play better people that play dart. You know what I mean? Play better dart players.
Yep.
That's how it's. You want to be a better golfer? Play with better golfers. Want to be a drinker? Go hang out with drinkers. That's how it works, right? It's just the way it goes.
Want to be a good golfer and drinker? Hang out with John Daly. There you go.
There you go.
No, it's totally understandable what you're saying there. I mean, it's like putting into a smaller hole. I had a couple courses that I played at back in the day. It was a college golfer. I said, "Hey, can you cut me a smaller hole?" They said, "Absolutely, we can do that for you." And it's just the mindset of, it's a little bit. You've been there, done that. It's just another round for you. Go for it. So,
well, we'll get out to the Mass just like we did last year, going around all the tournaments. We're going to do it again this year coming up. These guys, all these admins are great. They volunteer their time. They go on these trips. Now, obviously, I pay for their accommodations, and their food just to go out. So I don't go on a lot, right? But these guys do, which is kind of cool. And get a table, and we just spread the word of DPFL, which we're going to continue to do next year, the year after that. Get these people to play, because if you get 400 or 500 people that go to the ADO or the ADA in tournaments, we should be we want some of those people to play DPFL. Play back in their own tournaments in the ADO. And now that we're a member of ADO, we can make you a member through DPFL.
Yeah, you've got to spread the word around. Continue to do it. It's always marketing, isn't it?
It's a lot of marketing. It's a lot of finding that out. It's a constant marketing. So doing these streams, keeping these streams going. I think we're going to bring back the raffles. So we'll be going back to raffles. I just trying to find out one of these guys. These guys are great admins, but they're not. They don't have, like, the old owner had. He had the computer set up like you guys got. I don't mind doing the streams. It's just tough to get it all set up. So I think we'll just keep doing it this way. But these guys want to bring back the raffles. These guys I think the DPFL players or people like the raffles as well. So we'll get into that next year after the live event. We're just trying to get through that live event because, man, that's a lot of planning, dude. That is so much planning. And I know we have to do it too, because the new backdrop, I don't know if Scott Hanisch got with you guys yet, but I really need to go to dimensions for your cameras.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been talking, and I even offered to get on a phone call if I needed to, just to make sure that we were squared away with everything that we needed to be. Yeah, I think that for you guys, there's always more you can do. It's just finding the time to do it, because you're already so tight on it because of how much you're doing. It takes a lot to run these leagues, especially when you got this many people involved.
Yeah, the live event. I think the live event will cap it off. I mean, we did secure, so we know that Raymond Van Barneveld's coming, Jermaine Wadamina's coming, so we got some cool PDC people coming over. Jermaine's a great guy, and he'll have jerseys for people. He'll have signed jerseys. He's actually we haven't announced it yet, but we just are sponsored Jermaine Wadamino, the PDC now. Now we'll be on the front of his shirt playing on live on the TV.
Oh, that's
so
great.
That's good. And then with Peacock picking up the PDC, that's awesome news for us. That's awesome news for darts in North America.
What if, and this is what I envisioned immediately when I saw that, because of the connection with NBC and Peacock, I immediately think, what if the finals of the World Championships just happens to go up on a Channel 3 or a channel, those big name TVs. Like,
Yeah.
if that happens, wow, that's huge for the sport of darts and just eyes tuning in. It's already big with people being able to jump on the app and be like, what's this? Click on it and get involved. But the future right now is bright. It's very bright for the game of darts here in North America.
Yep, we just have to keep pushing it, and I know DPFL will. We're gonna take it to the next level. So I have a few other people who are interested in helping me with this venture after the live event, and if that all comes to tuition, I guarantee you, DPFL will be everywhere in North America. I'm not lying. If this all comes together, if I pull this off and this all comes together, DPFL will be the largest online, which we're already the largest anyway, but we will be everywhere, and we will have multiple tournaments all year long, and we will form a league that will represent some type of professional dart league in North America, and because we'll have the backing for it. The CDC won't have the backing for it, but we do, and that's financial backing. So we're going to take this sucker to the next level, man. And obviously, you guys are going to be streaming.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
In case you know it, you're there too.
Well, this is another one of those legs that's kind of forgettable here for these two gentlemen. Messing around with it a little bit too much. Yeah, but it does happen. So he's going to be the one to take it out. Can Corey go ahead and do it here? Double 4 needed. Inside, down to double 2.
Second dart.
There he goes.
Did you hear any of that bickering back and forth with me and Nick about his marker dart?
I did not. Uh-oh.
I told him there's no such thing as a marker dart.
You told him that?
There's no such thing as a marker dart. You know what a marker dart is? It's a missed dart.
A missed dart. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
That's all it is. Because who throws that first?
Well,
and Nick keeps saying it's a good marker dart. No, Nick, it's a good missed dart. It's a good missed dart. Maybe he can ricochet up.
I go with Nick on here because if you got 3 in your hand, you're going to place it on the outside wire, try to make it right. But I get what you're saying too. With it's a missed dart. It still is a missed dart. Big 140 for Corey there. Good opener indeed. But that hasn't been the factor in this match. It's been the ending points. They need to capitalize on these doubles quicker.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Premier missing this many doubles, but like you said, it's the beginning of the season again. 60. These guys are the same way. I mean, unless you're slinging darts, nonstop. Because especially imagine these guys at this level that play like this. You're not playing a local league anywhere and getting competition. I hate to tell you this, but that's not there. No. There's no way because once you get up to Premier, I mean, you're elite. Right, you're an elite player. You're 75 plus. You're an elite player in the country. I don't care what level you are. You're an elite player because 139 holding a 75 above average is something.
Yeah, You're not going to go to a local and find this at all. This is
no, and it's tough to play. That's tough to play when you're smashing people. It's tough to keep yourself motivated. That's why DPFL, because I think like the first couple games I lost shooting like an 85 last night. And I'm like, what the hell do I have to do? How am I down 2-0 shooting an 85? And I'm like, I'm in level 2. I'm going to get my shit in gear. So, I stuck with it. And, because again, we talk about it's runs. It just comes in runs. And when you're hot, you got to take the hot darts. And then when you're cold, you got to dig back and figure it out.
Yep. That's exactly it.
That's what I always said that about steel tip. It's hard.
Corey trying to find this double 4 once again. Can't put it in. But he's going to have another opportunity coming his way. Another one, impressive leg there, though.
92.
Not sure where that 12 was going.
Every once in a while you have one of those sporadic ones, right?
Oh, I do all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. I understand. I feel the pain. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, I'll just say, 336s is not bad. I'll just say that 336 is not bad. So if you end up straying into that trip 12, maybe sometimes just follow it and see what happens.
I told a Nick story one time, Will. So I've got what I have left. I had 146 left, right? So to me, that's trip 19, double 60.
Yep.
Just right. So first 2 darts, trip 19, step back, throw my dart, trip 16. I busted.
No.
I busted 146. I busted 146. I'm like, that's how bad sometimes I can be. All in the same throw. I clobber 2 triples and then just go. I don't know. I don't even know the measurement of that, but it's probably a good 3 inches from where I was throwing it.
The amount of times I've busted 180 is unreal.
And good one soft tip, but it seems everything gravitates to the triple, and steel tip not so much. It seems to gravitate wherever it damn well wants to go.
Right. Corey would love another triple there. Can't convert, but a good 96. Continues to have the advantage here as he's having quite the run. Eric needs to just find some big scoring rounds. That will be one there with 121.
Yeah, he just has one wanky dart. It seems like each round he's just got one going. Yeah. Hey, you come here. Where's that going?
Well, only throwing a 62.4. He knows he's capable of more, but just those occasional rounds where we went 25, 27 deep. Yeah, that's one of those fives. It's annoying.
One last round.
It's not consistent either. It's not like a consistent 5. It's pretty sprayed from 5 to 1, 5 to 1. So
127.
Maybe just releasing the hand a little bit awkward.
Well, again, that's what comes with us, playing.
Yep,
it's tough to do.
Corey set himself up for a 16 dart leg here, needing double 10 for 7-2. More of the same. He's done that numerous times tonight. Inside, well inside on that double 10.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time, but now he's
he's got to scramble a little bit.
Make a little mess of things. Favor that, but in my level, that's where I'm going to double 4, just taking one shot at, because I know dang old well I'm hitting that damn that fat 5, so it's like I don't want no part of it. I'm just gonna be done with it.
Well, there you go. Corey takes it out and extends his advantage 7-2. This is going to be a tough comeback for Eric if he hopes to do so.
Well, we were doing that finals in Division 1, me and Nick, and the gentleman was up 7-2 and wound up losing 11-7. The guy ripped off 9 straight games.
Ouch.
And he couldn't buy a dart. And we talked about it. We talked about, when you get in that mode like right here, Eric, I think he's, instead of throwing his dart, he's willing his dart, right? He's willing it in instead of throwing it in. And you're just like, would you please go in a triple? Please just get in there so I can have some confidence so I can throw the next one in there. We talked about, I think that's time where, maybe time to call Alex Spellman and get a little head case stuff going on. Get a little meeting.
Little lesson.
Can't hurt. That gentleman with the U.S. Open who won, J.J. Spawn. That's what he did.
Yeah, I was about to say our what was it, Division 2? Division 1 winner last year, John, he's had a few lessons with Spellman, and he came in throwing like an 80 average in his Division 2 semifinal. It's just he caught a streak. It was just unbelievable. But sometimes you catch those once something clicks, you go on a run.
Yeah. And once, there's also, because everyone, there's always the physical part of the game,
100.
but the mental part of the game I'm a perfect example of a fruitcake nutcase gets down to the double, and I go into Barnum and Bailey darts. I mean, they're all over the place, and it's like you could hit a trip 19 up just like the guy last night. I was killing. He goes, I've never seen someone hit so many 133s. I said, yeah. Then I sit at 3 till you catch me, until I can't take it out
I gotta keep doing it
because I'm
you keep
shooting wrong
collecting.
numbers. It's just bad.
An unfortunate 40, but he does leave the 161 here. Eric, he's just got to find something, find it fast.
Yeah, or it's already getting away, but it might get away quicker if he doesn't. Because again, this is Premier. These guys don't let up.
No, not at all.
And he's throwing a 74, which even that's at the bottom of the Premier. So if he was throwing on, this thing would probably be over already.
97.
Because a Leonard, a Stowey, a Spellman. Well, you could take the entire division of Stowe's division. Any one of those guys in that division that you've read off. Oh my God, I didn't know it was that stacked.
Well, who doesn't make it too? I mean, there's 6 of those guys that I just rattled off, 6 or 7. I mean, who doesn't make it out of that group? Because there's going to be a few that can't make it to the playoffs.
Correct. So it's only 4 make it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But tell you what, though, those guys know better. Those guys playing Premier right now know, because there is a string of tournaments coming up, especially before ours. Right? You have the ADA, ADO, DPFL. That's 3 money tournaments right there, and I think Music City's somewhere in there as well.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the ability, boom, 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 to you got some serious steel tip money that you can make. We cap it off with, obviously with the highest at 125,000, but you can make some serious money. At DPFL, you can definitely make money, but it's a good time to be coming in hot or getting your darts together for this. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that if you can come in hot that month, it goes. It'll go Music City, and then it'll go right to the ADO tournament, or ADA tournament, and then ADO, and then DPFL. If you can find a string of success there, oh man, you can. There's an opportunity to take home a ton of cash.
Now there goes 2 double 4.
I don't mind that. I don't mind the split. It's a tough call, especially with Eric right at 71. But being that it's a 7-2 advantage, it's not. Yeah. It's not wrong to take that shot.
Now he's just struggling.
Yeah, and he had to take the
singles.
He had to take the last start look at the bull there, with the unfortunate 6 to start. Yes, it was. Corey, yes, it was. That was really high indeed. I don't know how many times he's missed that double. I think 3 or 4 times he's missed that double 10 in the exact same spot, well inside. He's done it here already, and now he's unfortunately left himself in this double 2 range.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of double 2. I don't know why. But, I mean, I used to – double 10, I don't seem to have a problem as much, but I'm always afraid if I miss that inside, they got 5, and I'm like, oh my God, now it's la la land.
It's one of those things. I love a double 10, but yeah, double 5 is a little bit tricky. Now I will take a double 1 over double 3 and double 2 myself, but I've learned to kind of double 2 isn't so bad these days. But that means you're also missing a few to get there.
Yeah, no doubt there. I mean, these guys are.
Is that in for Corey? That's definitely in. I thought the first one was in.
Yeah, it starts to get tough when you get down 8-2. You really got to. And if you're already struggling, you just. Boy, your mind starts getting to you.
Yeah, it's. The mind is the toughest thing that we got going against us. You don't have anybody cheering for you or or even rooting you on or anything like that, because most of the time you're in the comfort of your home. Chances are maybe some music's in the background, but the family's upstairs. They're doing their own thing. It's up to you to figure it out from here on out.
Yeah, no, his darts are even going the wrong way. But maybe it's first night. You're not out of it. Even me. I've literally made the playoffs every season. I think but one,
60.
and I've never won week one. Not even close. I think two of the seasons I didn't win a game. I mean, it's crazy how bad I've been on week one, and then I slowly get better. It's crazy. It's just because you're playing more, right? You're playing once a week, and because I take the break off because I just got so much other crap going on. The nightly events just don't. I don't have time for those things. To my other business, and then this, and then the planning of this. We have our meetings. There's a lot, especially this live event, and now we'll be building Akis and all kinds of crap coming up. So.
By the way, nice subtle brag there. I've never missed a playoff other than a few times.
But I've always lost the first week tremendously horribly.
This guy.
So it doesn't start out well for me.
I've made one playoff in the 3 or 4 times I've played. Goodness.
Here's the other kicker. Made the playoffs, never won a playoff game.
Well, you deserve that. You're a Buccaneers fan. You deserve every bit of that.
That hurts. That hurts.
Hey, I've been a Chiefs fan since the day I was born, and I dealt with a lot of losses before I got a little Pat Mahomes action.
See, I have a poster over there. It says 31-9. Yeah, I played the Chiefs.
Oh
that's
my
that
goodness! Oh,
couldn't have been any better.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Corey leaves himself the 114. Eric can't leave himself an opportunity at an out. Does his best effort, though. 135 is a great score. See how Corey goes about this. I like the 19s here myself. He fancies the 20s.
Oh.
Okay. Just about took it out.
94.
Yeah.
Had a look at tops.
That was the other thing. The big thing last night, Will, was counting.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been so long since I've counted some of the numbers. You're like, I'm at trip 19. I got a trip 7 and a 9. Oh, shit. Here we go. How do I count that up? And then I got to stop for a second. But at the end of the season, I'm like, like, no problem.
Look at that double 10. Nowhere near. He's just had some struggles with that number. Yeah.
That's like 6 beers to me.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Let's see if he can right the wrongs and capitalize. Almost does.
16.
Now again, Eric's given him so much time though and so many options to be so. Look at 12 again. I hope he's not just going through the motions here. These are some rough darts.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. It's not what you want to see, and Eric's probably shaking his head every other leg or every other round here at the board, just knowing not his best effort, but can turn it around.
And Corey's not making any better for him because Corey's having a hell of a time taking the game out, and Eric's probably like, "Would you please take the game out?" and then he waits for him to get all the way. So it's almost like Corey is the guy with the fishing rod with the dollar on it, almost there, and then he takes it out before he gets there. It's like, that is not nice.
That is exactly what's going on here. You almost had it. Almost got to be quicker.
Yeah. 81 left 30.
I will say you're always when you do those miscounts. I think it's funny. You're always 10 or 1 off. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
it's 10 or 1. It's never like 5. No, it's 10 or 1. Up to double 1, grabs it. That's been his friend tonight. That double 1.
That could be the most double ones in one Premier match ever.
Ouch. 27 darts to take it out. It'll do for the win. I mean, he only needs 3 legs here to take the W.
Eric just needs that, 180, 140, just something.
Yeah, that big round.
Even hundreds, just a ton.
A few
Get a
back to
ton here or
back.
there.
A few back to back
that's
would be
all.
really confidence building for him. But it's tough when you got Corey doing that kind of thing, just throwing a 140 at you.
Well, I mean, even myself, I don't really like. Some people watch the other board and all that stuff. I never watch the other board, right? I don't even really listen to what they throw. I don't really care. I don't like to care to see where they are. My first 9 darts, I'm only worried about what I'm throwing, and I'm usually just focused in on the 19, trying to hit as many 19s as I can. Some people will get down to 300 and somewhere, and then they say, "Oh, you got to shoot the 18 or some kind of crap like that." No, I'm going low. I'm going to try to hit the 171 every time. I'm going to get down to a more viable number for my level of dart play, then go from there. So, but I mean, most of the time, if I just sit, I don't worry, because again, it's just like it's like darts. It's like any sport you play. If you're worried about what the other guy is doing instead of what you're doing, you're going to get killed. Just throw your darts. If you throw good darts, then they got to throw darts to match you. Let it get in their head, not yours.
It's a tough thing to comprehend because you're always wanting to know what your opponent's doing, right? But yeah, if you just kind of take your mind off that and focus on your game, you tend to play better. So it's kind of crazy how it works, but it does.
Yeah, these guys aren't taking. We're level 2. Someone's taking out a 9-darter. I don't think so. We might get 180 once in a match or some of the sort. But if you can throw 9 good darts to start with, it puts you in the game every single time. You got to get 9. I usually can get 6, and then I've got that just turd, just 100% runny turd that just look at it and go, how in the world do you throw a 29? You just threw 133 and 29. It's like, might as well throw away the 133.
You don't want to they say you don't want to put a lot into averages, but you have to. It's the standard. You kind of know that's the marker where I'm hovering at, and yeah, the two indicators that I really look at is that first 9 and that overall average, because that first 9, how are you getting out the gates and legs, and then that average is where do you end up at when you get a checkout. So that's kind of what I look at there. No, that's going to be double 14. He needs 28 remaining here.
I think it took him a while to add that one up because he was searching.
It did take him just a second. I think that may have cost him here. Can Corey make him pay 18 for tops? Well, he ain't going to hit the tops there, but it's so close.
18.
Just outside.
Oh, right in the middle.
There you go. It's something. His first leg in quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually probably think he knew it was a double 14. He took a little time to count that because I was doing the math too. I'm like, like you said, normally 10 off. I had it at 38. So when you said 28, I'm like, oh, I had that wrong.
Exactly. It's a 10 or 1. You're always 10 or 1 off. It's so annoying how that works. But yeah, I've been in that situation a few times with the trip 20, and then you nail the 33, and you're like, uh-oh, what do I do now? I expected 11 here for Bull.
I played a gentleman last season at the end, and just in the regular season, and it was getting down to kind of close, at the end of the game, and he was 1 up, and he takes a dart out, and he counted wrong, and he nailed it, and he goes, third dart. I'm like, well, it would be, but you were like 8 too much. He goes, what? I go, you shut so right, so. Really, next turn I take it out. So he's like, oh, he's mad. Now he's getting mad. I'm telling you, 2 games later, he does it again, and he takes it out again on a wrong number.
Ouch!
I'm like, dude. And again, I take it out the next round. I actually win like 9-8. He was so mad at himself because he lost the match, and I was like, man, I felt bad for like a second, but I'm like. Wow, I mean, you hit it. That's the part that sucks.
That's a kick in the teeth is what that is. That is a kick in the teeth. Just knowing you had it and you counted wrong. Oh, bummer.
Yeah, he had me dead to rights.
Corey,
That's for sure.
Corey looking at look to leave it a check out here. Opts for the 80. Time is on his side. Eric's not going to be able to leave a check out from this position, so he's got 6 from 56. Just don't leave
Corey,
yourself
slow
double
his roll.
10.
Exactly. Slow your roll, buddy. Try a different avenue here.
Yeah. I go 20. Yep, I go 20 double 18
There you go.
myself.
Yeah, he went away from that for sure. First start.
That's the way you play that one
There
from
you go.
now on. Don't leave yourself that double 10.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, I think it's finally in his head now too. Like double 10 ain't my friend tonight.
He's been
Maybe
everywhere.
next night he could be your friend.
Been everywhere but close to that double 10.
81.
Yeah, see, Eric just says that one wanky dart goes all the way off, and that's the middle of the one. It just makes it a little tougher. That's why that's why I never shoot at the 20s. Is that stupid one? Because I gravitate to it for some reason. If my first one goes there, I lose my mind. I'm like, oh my god, I got one. Now you got to hit the 20. I just don't like the pressure it puts on you.
That's why I always tell everybody. They ask me, why do you switch so much? And I say, well,
40.
the reason I switch so much is to try to give myself a better, clear view of a wedge that's going to score the best. And I said, what you should try sometime is playing 501, and you can't hit the same number twice. So you got to go 20, 19, 18 in some version of that in order to end up at a checkout. So just makes you think, makes you move around the board a little bit and get used to that.
31.
Yeah, that's not. There's a 21.
Yeah, this is the ideal start for Corey. Goes downstairs, pins the triple first dart.
76.
83.
83.
I'm a 19 shooter. 83. Let's go.
Yep. You know, it's a routine. You get used to your routine. And I think we fall into it as commentators too, because we're used to our routine. And then when somebody throws us off by going at that second number different than we would, then we're scrambling. But
See, there you go. Put me on the live stream. You guys will have no freaking idea where I'm going because there's no chance. There's no way I'm going to be thinking like you and Nick watch content on my darts. There's absolutely no way.
that's why,
Because everything has divisible with 19 for me. So I will lay in the 19s.
I feel
I will figure it out from there.
I feel for like Richard Ashdown, who has to study that, and he's the spotter for the PDC, so he's always making sure he knows his routines for everybody. But yeah, I think Rick Hinsey told me once, don't even try to guess where I'm going. It's not going to be where you think I was going. And I was okay, sure enough. Yep, a few caught me off guard.
Not true. I saw the bullshit in August, or is that a fake one?
Bullshooter beginning of August.
Oh, I'm just going to type this in.
Yeah, that's going to be beginning of August, bud.
119.
Someone had a post, so they're going to do August 1st for bullshooter in Florida instead of
60, 40,
September. It's always been September.
Yeah.
Yep,
119.
I think they are. It's going to be stacked in Florida,
Should have been the
Orlando to be exact.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's a lot going on because the 80A has soft tip as well, correct?
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one in Florida in August.
Yeah, that's a 3 weeks of a lot going on.
Indeed.
88, bullshooter, ADO, DPFL.
Second dart.
Wow.
Good shot.
Wow, he went double.
Yeah, I knew I was at 66.
Oh, he missed outside. My bad.
Yeah, he missed
Oh, that's
outside.
it. There's your marker dart.
There you go. There's your marker dart. Your miss first. Now he leaves himself one leg away from victory here.
It's, math anxiety. Exactly.
Eric there saying a little anxiety, I think, is what's kind of caught up with him tonight.
I guess some people they don't like playing on the stream, man. It makes them nervous.
It is a change. I'm going to be honest with you. I got thrown into the fire in bullshit Chicago, and all of a sudden I'm playing mixed trips. And that, to me, threw me off guard just playing because I'm not used to it. So I caught myself doing some stuff that I never do. You know, I was throwing my hand, like my follow through. I was throwing it to the left, so my dart would end up going left instead of my intended target. And it's like, what am I doing? For no reason. It just creeps in sometimes.
Yeah, he's winging them now. It's a trip 12, 1, 19.
Yeah. You gotta
Yeah, he'll go back to the drawing board to practice up.
That's
I
what
mean, hey, you don't stink in Premier. Just let you know that's not how it works. You know,
we
and
have.
even he's having a rough night. Still a 60 average, and he's having a rough night.
We have an off night, but go back to the drawing board or take a night or two off, and then come back in a few days and piece it together again. Start off with those doubles, and that's where you begin. Do a couple practice routines and get your mind back into it.
I was telling the guys last night in the meeting. I went to play last season. I went to play in the playoffs, and I turned my board on, and my light went out. My light ring around the dartboard, and I was so flustered. I brought in like all my beer LED lights, and I've got them all around the floor so I could see the board, throw it, and it was just a disaster for me to get going. Then I lose. I don't know what I lost by, but it wasn't close. So I lose in the playoffs, right? And I don't think about it ever again. I come here the first night to play last night, and I forgot to get a new light ring.
No.
I hit the button and turn it on. I'm like, shit, I'm still in the dark.
You got yourself.
You got to be kidding me. I was going to be kidding me. I was in between shots. I'm on Amazon looking for dart rings. I'm just going to order one.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Crap, right back where I left off.
Corey looking for a checkout leave here. That's a handy dart there, that second one. And how about a great third as well? 140. Sets himself up in prime position.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, you kind of knew Eric was kind of on the outside looking in here.
Look at this.
That's a great 134. Great 134. Gives him a checkout opportunity in case Corey doesn't collect here. But ouch.
Second dart.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yep.
Said, not today.
All right.
Yeah,
Not
unfortunately
tomorrow.
not.
Not next throw.
Hey, nice shooting.
Thanks for coming.
We'll go ahead and hop on
Well,
over here.
I played in a
Get
year.
a quick word from these guys.
I don't know why. It felt good while I was throwing them. They just didn't go where it felt like it was going to go. Or you know how like you're imagining what you're doing and thinking, oh, this is great, and then it's not. That's how I just felt, kind of like an imposter right now.
All righty, gentlemen. Well, it's the beginning of the season number 12, isn't it, fellas? That's just it's the story of both. I'm sure Corey, yeah, you're gonna be happy with the win, but I think you would like a little bit better on the average. And Eric, we know kind of where your mindset's at right now. Probably a little uneasy, wanting a little bit more. Am I not mistaken there?
No, not mistaken. I was just trying to make it like quick for you, but also very difficult to be entertaining at the stream.
Oh man,
How do you keep the fans entertained when there's 50 average going?
No, it's tough. It's tough. You kind of mentioned anxiety a little bit. It is when you get put on the stream, it's a little bit different. I mean, everybody experiences that in different ways. It can be a little bit difficult. But yeah, especially your first match of the season. I always say that first match you never know how it's going to end up. It could be killer. You could just throw lights out, or it could be one of these ones that's just a stinker. It kind of happens to everybody, whether you're Premier Shot, Division 4, or somewhere in between. We all have our good days. We all have our bad days, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Corey, going over to you, bud. Just starting off the season with a big W here. What's your thoughts going forward? I mean, you've been doing the soft tip, the steel tip. You've been doing both. Are you continuing that trend? Are you just what's your whole goal with the DPFL?
Well, I've played DPFL since season 4 or 5. It was one of the two. I think 5, maybe 4. But in my area, we don't have any steel tip at all. So this is my opportunity to play steel tip. We have. I would have to go about 2.5 hours to get into or to be able to play a steel tip league. So, this makes steel tip accessible to me. You play in the DPFL, and the competition. I mean, you look at this. You look at our group. We got Spellman, and Jeff Springer, who is my match next. Actually, I mean, you got some pretty phenomenal players here, and where else are you going to get that opportunity to play a caliber of player like that? So, I am nothing but pro DPFL for sure. They allow anybody to play, and they've got the divisions for anybody to play. Yeah. So,
well, I think it's great for you to just mention those words, and I didn't even realize it was that far away from you to be involved in a steel tip league. But yeah, you go to your division, you guys have a tough one, but I'd be happy as heck. I'm not in group number B, to be honest, because that group is insane. When you look at your group, yeah, it's something, but when you got 6 or 7 of those heavy hitters in group B, thank you. I'll take group C.
Yep. That's a random generator.
Yeah, right. All righty, gentlemen. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, and good luck the rest of the season, okay? It's going to be a fun one. Hopefully both of you guys can somehow manage a playoff run here. I know it's going to be tough with the group that you got in front of you, but, hey, you guys can do it. Just got to take it one dart at a time, right?
We'll see. So, thank you, Will. I appreciate everything. Eric, thank you for the match tonight. Great shooting.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys following us and joining us for tonight's coverage. Have a good night from us, Steve McDowell, William Stewart. We'll bid you adieu, and we'll see you next time, next Tuesday. What do you say? Good night.
See ya.